Bow wow.
Bow wow, welcome to DogStar.
Each week we sit down with a star of rap and R&B, and this week we have the pleasure of sitting down with improving, never losing ARKOOLIN.
Let's do it.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How y'all feeling?
Phenomenal. Thank you so much for coming through. We are excited to dive into your journey.
It's definitely a pleasure. It's definitely a pleasure.
Feeling grateful to have a little bit of your time. We know you're busy, so let's dive right in. Are you from Minnesota? Born in Minnesota?
Yep, I was born St. Paul, Minnesota.
Hey.
On the greater east side. That's where I was raised at. Moved to Minneapolis during high school, but I'm always from St. Paul.
Let's keep it early years then. Do you have musical memories when you were a little kid in St. Paul? Does anybody have good music taste growing up who influenced you?
Or bad music taste that you remember?
Right.
My dad and my mom definitely had good music taste, especially my dad, he listened to a lot of the Life Jennings, my mom, she was like a Young Money girl, I always heard Lil Wayne in the car. I always heard Beyonce, even though she's not Young Money. I always heard, Drake. I always heard, Jay-Z in the car, J. Cole. I always heard the good rappers, the lyrical rappers,
That's awesome. Were either of them artistic or musical at all?
My dad actually rap battled. So
whoa.
Yeah, he rap battled, yeah.
What's his?
They call him Gino.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, free my dad. Yeah.
Oh man.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Free pops.
But so that's must have been an influence. Did you have any friends who were interested in music or arts growing up?
My cousin, he did music with us. My other cousin, he was on and off of music. He was actually into the games and streaming games, before it was even a thing, So shout out Cameo. He was one of the people that, was these influencers on the game and then streaming the game. Milo Flexing, that's my blood cousin, so he been doing his thing out here too. So, people influenced by him too on how he moving and how he been moving. So
Definitely.
Yeah, all inspirational.
How early on did that pull to music hit you? How old were you when, even if it was like a music class?
I say I was about, I don't know the age, but I know I was probably like 7th grade, 7th grade. I started doing music, It was just like a thing to do in the house, If you was just stuck in the house all day,
Right.
It was just something to do, and I fell in love with that. So, I started hearing myself for who I really was through the music,
That is a huge discovery, especially so young.
Yeah, definitely.
What did your song-making process look like in the early years?
See, I did a lot of rapping on SoundCloud, so
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to record off SoundCloud. I don't know if y'all know this, but SoundCloud used to have this like recording little button that you could just click it and you could just record. But you couldn't like put a beat down on it.
Oh, couldn't edit it at all.
You could just hear your voice. Well, you couldn't hear yourself, but it'll hear you.
Yeah.
So I just used to rap on that, and I used to have the TV playing the beat. I used to be right there next to the TV, like rap, da 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 da. I just
trying to get the levels right.
Trying to get the levels right. Definitely, it was crazy. So, but then I found BandLab. I was recording myself for almost 3 years before I even found a producer. I made beats off BandLab, different apps. So I was just investing in my time into that, and bettering myself.
So from these first songs that you're recording on SoundCloud, what's the reception like? Are you releasing it and showing your friends?
Or is it just kind of put it on the internet?
They're released, not the worst ones, but the bad ones. They're released, I don't discriminate because I was younger. I was just trying something new, and I noticed that I expanded myself with my craft, so they're released on my SoundCloud. I'm not ashamed of the music. They're out there for sure.
What was the artist name at this point?
I was going by like Roger Dat. Okay. I also went by I believe I was still ARKOOLIN though. But you know, I had a time where I was just Roger that, you know, because my last name Rogers, and you know, all my family and cousins' last name is that too. So I felt like that would have been a dope name. You know, I had a little picture in mind of, you know, the emblem and stuff, and how I was gonna take it, and you know, but it was just like ARKOOLIN sat with me. It was just like a cool name to me. It was like, hey, ARKOOLIN, you know, I'm a chill person. You know, I don't do too much. My rap is chill. You know, if I gotta get there, I gotta get there with the rap. If I gotta talk, you know, talk about something crazy, I gotta talk about something crazy. If I gotta talk about something hurtful, I gotta talk about something hurtful. But I've always been a cool person. That's why, you know, I started off with ARKOOLIN, you know, and it really was that song by G Herbo called Coolin'. You know, that song was like, that was like a stamp right there. It was like, you know, I listen to that song, I'll be like, yeah, I'm ARKOOLIN, you know.
Yeah. Reinforce it.
So yeah, G Herbo was definitely a big person. You know, his music, you know, definitely helped me through my music and, you know, through my life. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and cool that you want to spend your time making music, knowing that people listen to it in that way, in that, like, I need the music type of way.
Right. The sustaining me, keeping me inspired. It's amazing. The cycle.
Definitely.
And being mindful of that. I'm sure your audience appreciates that, and keeping your old music, because you can see the journey from the topics from before to what you're choosing to talk about now.
Right.
So you're recording. Are you performing any of these songs, or is it just kind of getting your voice out
I don't
there?
perform the old tracks where I was recording on SoundCloud. I don't perform none of those.
Just didn't know if, like, you know, felt confident about a track or two, performed at like a talent show or a family event.
I just feel like, you know, it wouldn't sound right on the speakers, you know, quality, you know, otherwise and stuff. But otherwise, it's like, I felt like I was in my peak back then, you know, just finding myself. I felt like I was the best back then. Like, even now, I may make hella good lots of good songs, but it's just like I just make music now. So it's like I don't try to be like this, sound like this. I just write what comes to my mind, and just, you know, if it sound good, it sound good. If it, you know, if it sound better, it sound better. If it don't sound too good, it don't sound too good. I still write, you know. I still try to put my time into it, you know. Take it serious, you know, because you know, everything I say out my mouth is serious, you know. Definitely.
And are you comparing that to your earlier years when you use the phrase discovering yourself? Was that lyrical content more spontaneous, or was it more true in your eyes compared to today? Or
it was all true, but I say I was a little more, you know, crazy with the wordplay.
Okay.
You know, I was, you know, I felt like I wasn't talking too much about life. You know, I was more like manifested in my life. You know?
Gotcha.
So it was like, I'm not there yet, but I'm talking about getting there, you know. I'm talking about having that. I'm talking about being that, you know. I didn't have it yet, you know. And that's another thing, you know. Drake said in this one song, he said something like, I'm gonna rephrase it in a short phrase. He said something like, I used to talk about it, but I ain't have it. But now that I talk about it, you know, he got it now. Like, he manifested everything in his life through his music. And that's how I want to push my music. Like, you know, I want to talk about having a car. I want to rap about having a car, and I don't got a car, you know, but I might get a car next week, you know. So, and, you know, I ain't nobody put that in the air but me, you know, me and my music. So that's how I go about my music. You don't have to lie about music. You just got to believe in the music, you know. Believe that you go get a car. Believe you go get some bands. Believe you go put your mama in a mansion, you know. That's what it's about. It's about believing what you can believe in, you know.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to look at it. I wish more artists had that mentality.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, 2018, 2018, it says you were started making music, but then you didn't really make music from 2018 to 2020?
Yeah, I had took a break because I had moved to Minneapolis, and it was a different environment. So, like I said, I'm from St. Paul, so I didn't know people out there. I didn't know how people was gonna judge me. I didn't know if I was a target. It was just like a lot of different feelings. And then I grew some friends out there. And it was just like it was just a new environment for me. So it was kind of hard to like be me. I had to be like the Minneapolis people, that they don't say you make music. They go fry you. They go be like that. That stuff weak, I don't, it's gonna be like that. So, I kind of looked at other people's opinions, during the time. But I was young, Now that I'm, now that I was in Minneapolis for almost 4 years, so it was just like I was understanding the people out there, and just like and started not to care about how they feel, Not that I don't care about them, but it's just like this is me. This is how I came up. This is how far I came, So it's like whether you like it or not, I came this far.
Right.
You never know how far a person come.
Seriously. And didn't stop making music, which is huge.
Exactly,
That would stop, a lot.
Yeah.
Stop an artist with a weaker will, for sure.
Yeah.
But then, 2020, Entry to Fame, EP.
Yeah, that had a little SoundCloud EP. I was dropping like crazy,
Yeah, a bunch of EPs. Life Gone Wrong within a few months, and then Hard Body within a few months after that.
Yeah, I was dropping. I was just working, it's like every day I was making a song because every day I was in the house, I really ain't have a much outside life then. I didn't have that many friends, so, when it came to like being home, that's what I was doing, making music. Every second. I used to wake up at 8 p.m. and blast music and blast a beat. My mom would knock on the door like, turn that music down. I'm like, I'm making music, I'm trying to make a hit. I'm trying to get out the hood,
And you're doing that on SoundCloud still at that point?
I was doing that on SoundCloud, yeah. But I was probably recording off BandLab.
Right. Nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear that works good for a lot of people.
Definitely.
Do you have that on your phone or on the computer? Or?
I have BandLab on my phone still, yeah.
Nice.
I got a lot of tracks on there.
That's so cool.
I used to make like 5 songs a day on BandLab.
Oh my gosh.
It used to be like 2 out of 3 that's getting posted, or 2 out of 3 I'm finishing, But I was just, I got lots of hooks, like if anybody would come to me and be like, I need a hook, I could just hand it to you, like it's on the back of my hand, like here you go,
Where did
You heard him.
Where does the inspiration for the hooks come from? Or like, are you just listening to beats, or what's that process like?
I don't know. It's just I just rap, I just write the music, and I just like I can make a hook, but I can't write a verse. There's plenty of times that happen. Just like Lil Tank with the song Stars that we got, that beat that she used. I love that beat so much that like I didn't know how to come on that. But once I heard a Lil Tank song, I was like, she killed that hook, and he was like, I can be on the verse because I didn't know how to start that song, but I know how to finish it.
Right.
So that's how we linked up with that song. It was just like a perfect moment for me, And it was like, I guess it's beneficial to her too because she loves the song, Every time we go out, she want to do that song.
Yeah.
I had no problem with that, come on, let's get on the stage, If we go out of town, come with me on the road, let's put this song out there, I'm open to a lot of work, a lot of people, a lot of genres, so anybody that wants to work, come work,
That's
Oh
good
my
to
gosh,
know.
that's awesome. Having the open mind, the open heart.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing.
And then I've got written down here, in 2022 was the first time you performed a song, is that right?
Definitely, I
What?
performed in 2022 for the
How
first
did
time.
that opportunity come about?
Yeah, that opportunity was like given from Milo,
Oh, wow.
He was doing his thing at Tantrum, so shout out to
Whoa.
Milo Flexing for that,
Yes.
He put me on the stage out there. He showed me, he showed me not to be scared and that, anybody can do this, so.
Wow.
When I got on that stage, it just never stopped. People loved the song, people loved my entertainment, people loved the sound. So it was just like, why stop, you know?
I mean, be real. Take us back to that first performance. Were you nervous? Did you feel prepared?
I was definitely shaky. I was definitely didn't know what people would think of me, you know.
Yeah.
But it was like they heard me, they seen me, you know. They felt me, you feel me? It was like the music hit them, even though it wasn't like a sad song, but it was like a jumpy song. It was like they looked at me like they knew I had talent. They were like, yeah, he's special, like, you know. I call myself Charlie's golden ticket.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, and huge validation, and hopefully a feeling you still get performing to this day. You know, that ecstasy, some call it.
Definitely.
That's tight.
So yeah, what were you making music differently after you started performing on stage? Where you start making songs that would be like doper to perform?
Yeah, I say, you know, I was performing like that, but, you know, I wasn't because I was also under the age, so I couldn't really get into the clubs, you know.
Oh.
So I was probably like 18 when I first performed in Tantrum.
Gotcha.
Not probably 18, but probably like 17, 16 when I performed in Tantrum. So, you know, it wasn't like a habit that I could, you know, just go in there and do it, you know. I had to be, you know, on the low with it, you know, like, hey, let me in the door. I'm trying to rap, you know. I'm trying to perform, you know.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's crazy. But performing any chance you get now.
Definitely perform any chance I can get.
That's huge. You gotta, I mean, it's stage time until you're booking the stage, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's so tight.
Yeah, any advice for any artist watching that might be nervous to perform for the first time?
Hey, just go out there and do it. Hey, you might be scared, you might be nervous, but you never know what another person go think. They might believe in you, they might see you, they might feel you, they might go through the same thing you going through. So just go out there and tell your story.
Words of wisdom here on DogStar.
We are sitting down with ARKOOLIN. You can find the music on Spotify. Look up ARKOOLIN, ARKOOLIN.
Let's do it.
The Instagram, MBT ARKOOLIN. Easy as that.
Follow us at DogStar Podcast. Stay up to date. Stream every episode wherever you get your podcasts.
I feel like this is a silly question, but the SoundCloud's got to be ARKOOLIN.
It's AR from MBT, so
Okay.
612. So it's a little shortcuts in it. ARFRM MBT 612.
I'm glad we asked. Yeah, make it easy. Go check out all of his music. We're gonna be talking about fantasies and smoking and relaxing when we come back.
Bow wow.
Oh wow. Smoking and relaxing.
Oh wow.
Bow wow.
Bow wow, baby. Welcome back to DogStar.
We're sitting down with Improving Never Losing, ARKOOLIN.
You know it.
Going through your origin story, your pull to music, what programs you were using early on, and more.
2023 is right around the time that you met Chevy Quiz.
Definitely, yep.
A very influential collaborator. How'd you guys meet?
I first met him at Rondo days when Juice Lord was hosting his little shows there at Rondo. So, yeah, that's when I seen him as a DJ. You know, he said he record music and all type of stuff. So, you know, I jumped in the boat with him. You know, he recorded a lot of songs. He just recently recorded my song, Whoa, that everybody likes. So, yeah, I still work with him.
That's awesome.
What did you like or notice was different from the way he was recording compared to how you were recording?
Ooh.
He just had time to do what I didn't have to do, you know. He had time to do what I didn't have time to do, you know.
Right.
Mix, master, and also he went to school for it. So it's like,
Whoa.
you know, he actually knows what he's doing, you know. He's not just somebody that's sitting there taking 20 minutes trying to figure out what your vocals is and stuff, wasting my time too, you know, because my time is very precious when I'm in the studio, you know. So, you know, he just, you know, he took his time with it, you know. He didn't seem stressed about what he was doing, you know. He was just like a cooperative person, you know. So
That's
appreciate
huge.
to him, shout out to him and all the tracks he recorded. He recorded probably over 20 tracks of mine. So
wow. Oh my gosh!
Some notable ones, Sending Shots, from the UK.
From the UK.
And On What?
All those got music videos to them also too. So yeah, definitely.
When you're writing the song or recording the song, are you picturing what the music video is going to look like, or at what point do you
see, that's the
brainstorm
thing.
that?
That's the thing with my music videos. I'm always like on the spot. Like if I feel like recording a music video right now, I'm gonna call the cameraman right now.
Do
be
it
like,
right now,
hey,
yeah.
pull up, man. You available right now? I need a music video. You know, I'm not really a scheduled person.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Even with the studio, that's the thing with me and Chevy too. He you know, he has his kids and stuff, so I gotta book studio time with him, and I'm always, you know, on the go person.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hey, my lady putting me through something. I need to record a song. You feel me?
Right.
So, you know, I always was in the moment of like, hey, I'm having a good time. Let's shoot a music video. So yeah, and those music videos, I never planned those music videos.
Wow, I would have never thought. I mean, they're so authentic. It almost seems like it is all staged and planned.
Definitely. It was never planned. I just had a good cameraman, Bando Films. He used to rap himself, so he told me, he said he always sees a vision that nobody else can see, you know, because he used to be that rapper. He used to want those ankles, those, you know, that movement, you know, so definitely.
That's great.
That's amazing, yeah.
Lucky to find such a good collaborator, for
Definitely.
sure. And then 2024, Zay Cram, another notable collaborator. How'd you meet him?
I met him through Milo. He records Milo Flexing music.
Okay.
So when you know, they put me into two together, and like he records 50 a song, so he doesn't go by the hour. So I felt like that was like more open to me, you know, because you can. As long as he don't got nothing going on, you know, you can, you know, take at least a good amount of time to make a song, even if you starting from scratch. He, you know, he's another person that ain't gonna rush you unless he got something going on. So like, yeah, he actually don't live too far from here either. So he's actually close to me too. So he used to be mobile with it too. So I can either go to you or he can come to me, you know. So
yeah. Having more options to record.
Can you take us through your song-making process, or is it kind of different every time?
It's kind of different every time. See, me, I come with a song ready.
Okay.
So when I come to the studio, it's never me writing a song. It's me putting the song down on the track, you know.
Wow.
I'll either, you know, before I even pull up to the studio, I'm practicing the song 5 times, you know, trying to get the right flow, or if I want to change it on this flow, if I want to just add more, or just destroy less, you know. It's just like I change up frequently during the song, but I also practice on how I want the song to specifically sound like before I get in the studio. And so when I get in the studio, I never waste the studio man time. You know? I'm not finna sit here and write it. The most I write is a bar, you know, and that's at the end of the song. I'll be like, dang, I ain't had nothing I figured out at the end of the song, so I gotta sit here and write for 2 seconds, you know. And
have you found the beat at this point, or are you just using like a generic beat, like a click track, or?
I always shop on BeatStars.
Okay, tight.
Yeah, I use BeatStars a lot. I got a lot of different producers I work with. It's a lot of producers that always text my phone, hey, send me, I got a beat for you. It's $100. I'll be like, bro, your beat is $100. I don't want it, bro. Like, I'm not finna spend $100 on a beat, and I'm not even rich yet, you know? You feel me? So, you know, I buy my licenses for sure, you know, because I done had, you know, like I said, I dropped Lilo. I dropped Lilo back in 2023. So it had got shut down because I forgot to buy one song beat.
Whoa.
And mind you, it got 14 songs on there. It was only one song somebody was tripping about. He ended up taking it down, and you know, just the whole beat. I just had to, you know, good views on it and some more stuff. I didn't build it up to views, so it's just like I didn't never want that to happen again. You know, somebody just take my craft like that. You know, it was that easy for it to go down, and you know, I put so much work in this, so much money into this. You know, it was just like it was a hurtful thing.
Yeah, how'd you keep making music after that?
I just never stopped. I just, you know, I pushed myself to be better, do better, you know, make the better decisions, you know, and that's, hey, buying your licenses, even if you feel like it ain't doing nothing right now, it's going to do something in the future, you know.
Words of wisdom.
Exact. From somebody who's been through it, you know.
Learn
it's
from
like,
him.
People are, yeah, back up your hard drive, whatever. But it's like, until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's good advice.
He's giving you free game right now. Listen to him.
Sage advice. Back to the music video. Are you planning any up and coming music videos? You got any like
that you can talk about?
crazy stunts planned?
I actually got a music video on the way with Bando Films.
Hey,
back
another
to working
team up.
together.
Yeah.
Has
Definitely.
it gotten easier and easier to work together over the years, or has it just always been?
He actually moved to Houston, so it's kind of tough.
Ooh.
You know, he come here and there. So he come here, but when he here, I catch him. You know,
Right.
and I be like, hey man, if I can't pay you now, I'll pay you later. But I need that video. You know, I need that video done. You know, he know I'm a good person. I don't never cheat nobody out their crap. You know, I never run off on nobody. Like, hey, if I can't pay you here, I'll definitely pay you. You know, I keep a job. You know, I keep work. You know, I keep myself occupied, even if it ain't music. You know.
Yeah, how do you find that balance between creativity, work, family, a personal life?
You know, I get up very early.
Whoa.
Start my day early. You know, make sure I have time for myself, my family, and the things I love. You know, so
Yeah.
it's not good to start the day late. You know, you miss a lot of things. You miss a lot of opportunities.
Right.
So I try to start my day at 6 o'clock every day.
Tight.
You know,
How'd you get in that habit?
I was a manager. I had to be to work at 6:30 every day.
Yeah.
So when that kicked in, you know, my sleep schedule, you know, like my sleep schedule always been like up early since high school. You know, I always had to take the bus from Minneapolis, from St. Paul to Minneapolis. You know, I was never forced to go to school, but you know, I finished school.
Right.
I got my diploma. I was never forced to, do a lot of things that us black folks will, fail to do. You know, like getting your life right, getting a car, staying on top of your feet, getting a job, just finishing school. Like, some of us folks, our parents don't tell us to, like, I need you to finish this. My mom was never that type to, like, I need you to finish this. I want you to finish this. I need you to get this. I need you to get it, She always gave me the opportunity, like, hey, you go take your life the way you want to take it. And, I just chose to take it the responsible way. I didn't want to be like nobody else out here that's messed up in these streets. I didn't want to be messed up, period. I didn't want to have to look at people for money, look at people for drugs. I didn't want that life. I've been around that so many times. I've been around people like that so many times. So it's just like, it's an eye-opener. You see where life can take a turn, and you don't want to take that turn. It's a dangerous turn. Because you probably can't turn back,
Right.
So,
How does making hip hop or like clubbier music juxtapose with that? Like, how does that? Because sometimes it's about that type of life or that type of
right.
environment, or maybe encouraging taking the wrong turns.
So, I made a lot of, hood music, trap music, just because, the people around me, And you got to understand, like, that's some of the music people love to hear.
Right.
Females also, like, they want to hear you rapping about guns, drugs, selling dope, all that stuff. That's the only type of music that they into, some people out here. But, I have a lot more to say than that, So that's where that turn took. I knew I could create positivity and not just negativity into this music. I can put in, I can make a gospel song, without cursing. I can talk about changing your life around. I can talk about that type of stuff because I took that turn. I didn't always go down that route of, selling drugs, toting guns, going to jail. I didn't always be like that. So, it was just my environment. Once I changed my environment, my music changed.
Only natural.
Definitely.
A role model.
Exactly. Can you ever see yourself making like a full Christian album? Like try to hit the Christian
Christian
charts with a
gospel,
full, yeah, exactly.
Full album, it's gonna be tough.
Right, maybe a
But
single
I
or two.
definitely can see myself doing that. You know, I never take nothing away from myself. You know,
Yeah.
I know I can do it all, so I try to do it all.
Can you picture the cowboy hat? Maybe a country.
Definitely.
Country one.
Definitely, I
don't
want
know.
one of those. I'm working on one of those.
Okay.
I just can't find the right beat. Once I find that right beat, you know, I'm on track.
I love that.
Definitely.
Pushing the envelope again, keeping that open mind, the open creative
Got to
mind.
keep that catalog long. you know.
Yes.
And then are there any other collaborators or like peers you would say that are pushing you, that are like close to you? Or, like, do you have a group of people you always go to the studio with? Or?
No, I always go to the studio with myself. When it comes to my music, you know, I don't have too many people there, you know, not too many family that, you know, just tell me like, hey, you the best, you know. Sometimes that's all it takes to be like, hey, keep going, you the best, bro. I just hear it, you know, they say it here and there, but, you know, not that much, you
Right.
know.
Sometimes you need that support.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
But, do you listen to a lot of your own music?
Oh.
Do I listen? I listen to a lot of my own music, you know. Really, the start of 2024, 2025, I stopped listening to a lot of rappers. You know, I started listening to myself because I got so much music out here. So, you know, I just, hey, play ARKOOLIN. You know, I just want to listen to the music because sometimes I'll forget the music. I'll forget, you know, hey, that track was hard. You know, that track was my favorite. You know, I'll forget it because I done made so much more good music. I done grow so much that, like, you know, you can't look back sometimes when you grow.
Are there any songs that you intentionally don't listen to?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I listen to all my music.
That's great.
Sometimes I go back to the days where I was on BandLab and I play a couple of those tracks.
Oh, just remind you.
Yeah, I got a lot of good tracks on BandLab. A lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a couple full songs on BandLab too that, like, you know, I'll be like, dang, I'm gonna drop it as an unreleased, you know.
That would be sick. I mean, speaking of,
they're
do
cool.
you have any advice for artists who have trouble capturing that inspiration when they hear it, whether it's voice notes, whether it's pulling up BandLab, you know what I mean? How did you get into the habit of capturing those ideas before they disappear forever?
I'll say I just rapped. You know, it was just like I needed to say something. I needed to put it on something, and, you know, a track was like a masterpiece, you know. It was just like I put these words on there on this masterpiece. You never know what that can become, and, you know, and it become, you know, a music, a hit, you know, something that you just store for when you sad. It just becomes something. It's never nothing. It's something, you know.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And you might have kind of already answered this before, but do you have like an idea for a song and then you're looking for the beat for it, or do you find the beat and then write the words to
I
it?
find a beat first.
Okay.
Gotta feel the beat. Gotta feel the beat from start to finish, you know. I can't just rap on anything, to be honest, or I can't just write a song and then put it on something. The only time I did that was like when I was in jail, but all the songs I wrote in jail, they never made it on the track.
Oh.
I get that paper and I'm out, you know.
Forget
I'm
all about that.
throwing everything away, you know.
Yep.
Did you ever try and make your own beats at all, or dabble, or like you're saying, just
Definitely, I made a lot of beats on BandLab, but it was just like, you know, boom bap beats, you know, not too many instruments, how I really go about it, but, you know, I made a lot of good beats. I rap to a lot of my own beats too. I got some songs. I think it's Hard Body. I got some songs,
Nice.
you know, some
That's tight.
songs that I made the beats to and stuff. So
okay, a well-rounded artist. I like that.
Definitely.
Straight up. I mean, we were talking earlier about Lilo in 2024, the one that got pulled for the one track problem or whatever. I also wanted to mention the deluxe, coming out with the deluxe after that, even though I don't know if that was before it all got pulled or whatever, but cool move.
Yeah, definitely. I just felt like I should push myself as much as these other rappers do, as much as these, you know, these famous rappers do. You know, they come out with, you know, they come out with album, then they come out with the deluxe, but usually they haven't been doing that lately. But I did that, you know. I felt like it was necessary because I was growing.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they need more. And I always think that they always go need more and more and more and more. That's why I drop almost all the time. You know, I think it was 2020, the beginning of 2025. I was dropping every Monday. So I had a time where I was dropping every Monday for like 6-7 months straight. Like just every Monday, drop. I was getting tired of holding these songs.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, they're not doing nothing here, you know. We need to bring it somewhere else, you know, because this is something, not nothing, you know. Right. So I wanted to turn it into something.
Yeah.
If you could go back before the first week that you dropped one of those, would you do the rollout to them any differently?
Like the tuning on the song?
Oh, no, like how you were dropping them or how you were promoting them or...
I'll probably say...
I'm going to interrupt you. We got to take a break.
So
Save your answer for after the break. You're watching DogStar. You're listening to DogStar.
And you're sitting down with ARKOOLIN. You can follow him, MBTARKOOLIN on Instagram.
Follow us at DogStar Podcast. We will be right back with more of what you love.
Let's go.
Baby. Oh, wow.
Bow wow.
Wow.
Bow wow. Welcome back to DogStar.
Learning all about ARKOOLIN, his song making process. I've asked you a buzzer beater in the last segment. Would you do anything different with the rollout or of how you were dropping them or dropping so many? Or
I wouldn't actually. I feel like it gave people a good vision on how serious I was. And how crafted I was, you know, and how I loved music, you know. So definitely, I feel like the rollout on that time period, it was perfect. Me dropping every Monday, you know, it was just perfect. It was just like something that God told me to do. Like, hey, you got to start dropping every Monday, bro. Like, hey, like we got people going bigger than you and not even better than you. You feel me? People going bigger. People will go bigger than you and they won't be better than you. Even though I don't look at myself as the best, but hey, okay, I can't say I'm better than some of these people out here. You know.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of single mode, 2025, 2026, lots of singles.
Busy.
And Lights, Camera, Action
Definitely.
are crowd favorites. You love performing those songs. What about those songs you like performing?
See, Lights, Camera, Action, I recorded that and it was just like, I don't know what was in my mind around that time. And shout out YCG Music, he recorded that actually. That was a new producer that Milo introduced me to as well. So he recorded that track. Was recorded by Zay, and that track blew, and I didn't even know it was gonna blow like that. You know, it was just like a freestyle, like You know, I was just like, it was just like a catchy song, and like, ever since then, I just been hearing people trying to make catchy songs, just trying to keep up with it. It was just like, I didn't even know what I was doing there.
Wow.
It was just there, it just happened to be there, it just happened to be the crowd favorite, and that's what you got to do sometimes. You don't got to always think about yourself. You don't always got to think about others. Just make the music if you love making the music.
That's huge, yeah. So weird that you can't, like, if you put out an album, you're not going to be able to tell what's going to be people's favorite song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
You can push a track or two or promote a track or two, but as my friend Frank Ocean would say, the best song wasn't the single.
He does say that. He definitely does say that. 2026. Wait, when did Best of Me come out?
2025.
2025. And then, and that's, I learned a birthday tradition to be dropping on your birthday.
Yep, definitely. I probably dropped like 3 albums in a row, from 20 to 20, 19 to 20,
Wow.
21, actually, 19 to 21. So, I was dropping crazily. I had so much music, on standby that I was like, I gotta turn this into something, you know. Basically, I never wanted my music not to be heard or not to be nothing, you know. I needed it out there, you know, for me and myself and the other people around me, you know.
And then Best of Me, it's called Best of Me. Was there any like new techniques or like things you were using that made it the best?
I called it Best of Me because I felt like I was at my best, you know. I felt like I got so better that like I was like, this is the best of me. I was like, I never seen myself this good at something that I love to do, you know. You know, basketball during my high school year, I had to stop. I had 2 heart murmurs in my heart, so that's really where, you know, sitting in the house became a thing, you know, not going outside, protecting my heart, you know, from different things that could be cause severe problems. So, you know, when basketball didn't work, music was definitely there, you know, and it was like I was meant to do music, you know. I had so much to say, so much to put out there.
And yeah, that's so dope. And then this year, the Valentine's Day project came out, 2026.
Definitely. I had a lot of, you know, lovey-dovey songs. I was like, let me do something for the females, you know. Get female something to rap about, you know, because I'm used to, I'm either real or I'm either, you know, lit, you know. It's either party vibe or I'm real, you know. But, you know, I started making a lot of R&B music and, you know, I started getting good at it. So I was like, let me do something for the females. And that's when For the Heart came out, you know. It was just, you know, get the female's heart, you know, get the female fans out there, you know, get them to love me for who I am and hear me, you know.
Like a Christmas album.
Definitely.
Y'all should be playing this every Valentine's Day.
Every day, Valentine's, For the Heart.
How far ahead do you have to plan a rollout to have something drop on the exact day that you wanted it to drop?
Recently, it's been, like, I've been surprised because songs been dropping, you know, exact same day.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it was DistroKid just seeing that I'm serious now or just, like, they updated the system or something, because y'all noticed that DistroKid was sold recently for, like, $2 million to somebody, you know. We don't even know who, but that's been going on the news. DistroKid got sold. And so it's just, like, it used to be, like, a 2-day rollout, you know, or like, I don't even know. It just used to be like a long period of time. Like, I'll try to drop it today and it won't be online until like 2 months. I mean, 2 days. 2 days or a day and a half, you know, so it was kind of weird. But recently, I feel like they've been dropping like same day, and they have, but it's just like, it's still surprising to me. So it's just like, why is this happening? It's like it never happened before, or they must update it something. You know, their stores must be running faster or something. Yeah, the workers. I don't know.
So you brought 2 tracks with you today to play.
Thank you.
We've got Fantasies, which is a single from 2025 when you're in the single making, dropping all the time.
Definitely, Fantasies was definitely like in the making song, and the producer, Wildin, who produced that beat, he actually had a famous rapper, Hurricane Wisdom, hop on the same beat.
Oh, cool.
And just remix a song. And it was just like, when Hurricane Wisdom beat first came out, that's when, you know, new beats come in. You know, when a new artist come in, all the producers make new beats. So it was just like a different sound. So when I heard that beat, I just rapped on it. It was just like, it was a good beat, and I loved it. And it was like, I was like, Hurricane Wisdom go rap on this beat one day. And it was like, I manifested it, and it happened. It was like, I was on Instagram, and he had the same beat as me. I'm like, see, this is the manifestation I be talking about. I'll be like, not that I, you know, dislike it or anything. It's just like I knew that was going to happen. Like, he was going to take that beat and do what he do with it. I'd rather him come to me and be like, hey, let's put this song together.
Right.
You feel me? Let's make a collab or something together. But, you know, the artist go do what the artist do, you know.
And communication can get hairy if you're not meeting each other in person or doing anything, so.
And the second track, Smoking and Relaxing.
Smoking and Relaxing. I'm dropping that today.
Oh my gosh. The day we're recording.
Huh?
The day we're recording. This will drop a little bit later.
July 13th. Yeah, it'll be dropping
so it's
today.
out, so you can listen to
it right. Meow.
Smoking and Relaxing, definitely.
What can you tell us about the making of that track?
See, that track, I don't know. I probably was just smoking and relaxing, you know. I was just like smoking and relaxing. It was just like I was going through a little bit of stuff with my lady too, so you know, it's a little rap in there, but you know, but it was just like a smoking and relaxing song. I was like, I don't have a smoking song like where I just sit up and roll up and just, you know, and that was that song, you
It's
know.
the vibe, yeah.
It definitely was that song.
That's tight. Who produced that one, if you can remember?
Zay Crown, I think.
Okay.
That's nice. Maybe, yeah, Valentine's Day project last year, this year, next year, 420 project.
Oh.
420, definitely a smoking and relaxing or a smoking album type stuff. Yeah, I could do that.
And what's we've only got about 3 minutes left of our time together. What's on the horizon? What's coming up next later this year and maybe even next year? We were talking a little bit before the show.
So I plan on dropping Until. That's my next album. I'm either planning on either 2027 or 2028.
Wow.
But this is my 2026. From here on out, you know, I plan on relaxing, you know, pushing my music out there, pushing the music that's already out there, getting videos out, mic drops, whatever is possible to really get myself seen, you know, and not just heard. But, you know, I still got an album coming out. It got about 10 songs on there right now. I'm working on probably like 10 more, you know. You know, I don't know if I want to drop it though. I probably want to keep y'all waiting, you know, keep the people waiting and stuff.
The pressure, right?
You know, I want some pressure on me this time. You know, I always drop music without the pressure. You know, I'll be like, man, even if nobody hears, somebody's gonna hear it. One or two people, you know, somebody's going, you know. So you never know. Like they say, 15 people may not seem like a lot of likes, but imagine 15 people jumping on you.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna look nice. But, you know, I'm grateful for the likes. I'm grateful for my views. Even if it ain't hitting 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, I'm grateful for all the people that, you know, support me and my music, you know, and the journey I've been through. So I love the people, I love the fans, I love everything about everybody, and you know, when it comes to them seeing me and my music.
I mean, as fans, we love you, so we're grateful for your time today. Please don't stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah, keep sharing.
A beacon of light in the darkness.
Definitely.
Yeah, keep sharing your life lessons as well. It seems like you've been able to pick on some great habits and stuff, and yeah, we need more to see people who are doing amazing things share the secret. So we appreciate you sharing so much with the audience and with us.
You're about to hear Fantasies and Smoking and Relaxing here on DogStar.
Exactly. Follow ARKOOLIN at MBT, ARKOOLIN on Instagram. Follow us at DogStar Podcast.
Bow wow.
Bow wow.
Fantasies. I ran away, thought she abandoned me. I'm in the streets and ain't no scanner. Cause if it go down, we put switches on the back of the Glocks. For the ops, we push up with this Drake hanging out the top of the car. It won't stop, it's too late to be ducking. You get popped, you go learn who the I ain't with all that talk. This that belt that your mama used to get to your pops. When his eyes drop, I knew it's his heart that done stop. I can't talk about the things I done saw, it's a lot. Push the button in the car when it started, go glock. I push the button on the whip and I pull my wallet out, go. I pull a flex and that go. I push the button on it, whip and I pull my wallet out, these gone. I pull a flex and now these gone. Why they hating? Cause they see me flex. I ain't on their level, I ain't wasting no time, no money. Always on my mental, I can't give up now. They saying, I can't forget you, gotta do for the ones that love you. Some be out here faking, I don't live in the slums no more. The money make me anxious. That I overcame, I swear I feel the greatest. Several nights that I walk through the rain. How can I be faking? Put pain in the cup. They ask what I do, I drank it. That's what I do. I'm gonna be there for me. When I was young, I loved my fantasies. I ran away, felt she abandoned me. I'm in the streets, it ain't no scamming me. Cause if it go down, we put switches on the back of the Glocks. For the odds, we push up with this drink hanging out the top of the car. It won't stop, it's too late to be ducking. You get popped, you go learn who the with. I ain't with all that talk, this that belt that your mama used to get to your pops. When his eyes drop, I knew it's his heart that done stop. I can't talk about the things I done saw, it's a lot. Push the button in the car when it started, go.
Get rich or die trying, wanna. It's the only way. ARKOOLIN. Yeah.
Smoking and relaxing, 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 smoking, I ain't passing, smoking, then I'm crashing, smoking and relaxing, 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 smoking, I ain't passing, smoking, then I'm crashing, smoking and relaxing, smoking and relaxing. They don't know how much I've been going through, but tell the truth, I've been going through a lot. Feelings locked in the box, can't love right now. Mad on the money and the money on my mind. Focused on my dreams, all I'm trying to do is shine. Wanna get my family out what we living right now. She don't even give me extra one all the time. I've been wasting my time, I think it's about time. In the way of the money and I can't lose mine. My mama showed me how to get it and I got mine. I've been focused on time, cause I think it's my time. No, I'm impatient, I ain't tryna rewind. Can't go to the bottom, can't go right now. Smoking and relaxing, 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 smoking, I ain't passing, smoking, then I'm crashing, smoking and relaxing, 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 smoking, I ain't passing, smoking, then I'm crashing, smoking and relaxing, smoking and relaxing. Where was you at? What? Where was you at? For real? Now you wanna come around? Hell no. We ain't doing that now. You know what? All I'm tryna do is smoke and relax. I ain't tryna match, I ain't really into that. Niggas tryna fake, kick it, always peeping that. I was raised on the east, I ain't go for none of that. Raised to treat mama, granny, and sister right. In the bitch pouring lean with the Sprite. Getting to the left while my mama on right. Driving foreign cars, we don't know the limit at night. Smoke a bitch and you know we roll tight. While you pulling up to the fight, you know we drive by. I ain't here for the problem, I'm here for the pay. If you don't talk money, get the fuck face. Just manifesting, pray to God that it really happened. While I'm smoking, relaxing, don't think I'ma pass it. I ain't worried on crashing, I don't think you can last. And I ain't worried about static. Smoking and relaxing, 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 smoking, I ain't passing. They don't know how much I've been going through, but tell the truth, I've been going through a lot. Feelings locked in the box, can't love right now. Mad on the money and the money on my mind. Focused on my dreams, all I'm trying to do is shine. Wanna get my family out where we living right now. She don't even give me action one time. I've been wasting my time, I think it's about time. In the way of the money and I can't lose mine. My mama showed me how to get it and I got mine. I've been focused on time, cause I think it's my time. Knowing I'm impatient, I ain't tryna rewind. Can't go to the bottom, can't go right now. I gotta let the world see me shine. Smoking and relaxing, smoking and relaxing, smoking and relaxing, smoking and relaxing, smoking and relaxing.